CODE-NGO is the largest coalition of competent, credible, and committed development CSOs in the Philippines. For 30 years, CODE-NGO has influenced public policies, shaped social development in the Philippines, and created tangible impact in its partner communities. Mula noon, hanggang ngayon. Formally established by the 10 largest NGO networks in the Philippines.
The government recognized NGOs as legitimate partners in policy making.
Held its first national congress with 1,000 NGO, PO, and cooperative leaders, and ratified its Covenant on Philippine Development and Code of Conduct for Development NGOs.
That's the first time that we were able to gather so many NGOs in one venue.
Helped set up 2 CSO funding mechanisms, the Foundation for the Philippine Environment and the Foundation for a Sustainable Society.
We also had networked with other NGO coalitions in Australia, in Canada, and in Europe.
Established the Philippine Council for NGO Certification with 6 civil society groups including member networks AF, PBSP, and NCSD.
And that was also the time when we saw the flourishing of different innovative models. So we had the NGO-managed fund mechanism, yung PCHRD.
Co-convened the Kongreso ng Mamamayang Pilipino, the backbone for People Power 2. Conceptualized the peace bonds to raise funds from the capital market. The Peace and Equity Foundation was established to manage the fund to help address poverty and inequality.
Now, 20 years later, I think we've proved our point. The money is still there, still helping a lot of NGOs.
Conducted PDAF Watch, Bantay Canvas, and convened the Coalition for Citizens Constitution. Crafted the development and reform agenda of civil society organizations and campaigned for this with presidential and local candidates for the 2010 elections.
Kadalasan, pag malapit na mag-eleksyon, nagkaklaruhan ano ba yung ating development and reform agenda para sa darating na 6 na taon, at patay doon ay sinusubukan magkaroon ng voters education para yung mga tao ay pumili ng mga kandidato na susuporta din sa development and reform agenda na yun.
One is MTPDP assessment, medium-term Philippine Development Program assessment, which CODE regularly been doing since 1992.
Part of the consortium which developed the Capacity Assessment Tool for Philippine CSOs and mentored 138 CSOs on organizational development processes. Organized the BUB 383, a network of CSOs participating in bottom-up budgeting in more than 450 LGUs. Established CSO regional DRRM coordination hubs in 10 regions.
I thought that it became handy when the pandemic happened because we have our coordination, communication, learning mechanisms in place. And during the time when I was with CODE-NGO, the last 5 years of that, CODE-NGO is beefing up on its capacities for DRR and humanitarian programming.
Conducted the CSO Sustainability Index for the first time in the country. A USAID-supported research in countries to assess the strength and overall viability of the civil society sector. Began role as the non-government secretariat of the Philippine Open Government Partnership. Co-founded SAFER to fundraise for locally led humanitarian response.
When the front door for engaging with government is not wide open, we try to find other opportunities, other avenues to influence programs and policies of government.
Established the Center for Humanitarian Learning and Innovation with the UK-based Humanitarian Leadership Academy.
During this time, na ipinanganak ng CODE-NGO yung ating CHLI na nagbibigay ng service for a fee in relation to disaster management, resilience, and business continuity or service continuity planning.
Continuing advocacy and communication work on CODE-NGO 5 priority advocacies: asset reform, CSO good governance, DRRM, participatory local governance, and peace. On September 21, filed a petition to the Supreme Court to question the constitutionality of the Anti-Terrorism Act of 2020.
We are able to sustain our advocacies in the middle of a not very friendly political environment. We do not stop expressing our opinion as civil society network.
The primary vehicle being used is through good governance and participatory governance. Despite the different challenges and threats, the network persisted to be steadfast and committed to our principles of justice, peace, and compassion.
I think we have to be serious in partnering with the other sectors because problems today are so complex and we need the help of each other to find solutions to these problems.
I think we should continue that role of building consensus on the core values and on a development agenda.
Yung pagsusulong ng good governance sa panahong ito, yung paano tumugon sa pandemya, paano palakasin yung civil society sector. Optimistic nga ako na kaya nating harapin at malampasan yung mga hamon.
It is a challenge of CODE-NGO to develop a new mode of doing community development work. Hindi lang CODE-NGO ang dapat tumingin ito, but it's member-based organizations.
Pandemic is definitely changing the way we should do things. CODE-NGO should be able to respond to this challenge. It should be able to continue looking for innovations.
So I feel CODE-NGO is in the position right now to do more innovative things, to reinvent, as I say, the role of NGOs in the government.
CODE-NGO will remain to recognize the right of the people to participate in governance, and accordingly, it will continue to uphold the power vested on us under a democratic government.
Happy
30th
Anniversary!
CODE-NGO.
Happy 30th
Anniversary!
CODE-NGO.